Good afternoon. I'm Tonya Arnesen, Senior Pastor of Jackson First United Methodist Church. This is Food for Thought for Wednesday, August the 19th. During our COVID pandemic time of sheltering at home, I've occasionally shared some parables from David Griebner's book entitled The Carpenter and Unbuilder. We're almost to the end of the book. I'm going to share another one with you today. This one's called The Toe in the Mirror. Isn't that a fascinating title? Once there was a rich man who entertained himself by collecting things. One day in an antique store, he was intrigued to discover what appeared to be a large, full-length mirror. He couldn't be sure because all he could see was the frame. A heavy canvas covered what was most likely a mirror. A faded piece of paper pinned to the canvas read, "Do not remove." He called for the store owner. "What is it, and why is it covered?" he asked. He was used to getting his way. "You won't believe me," came the reply. "Tell me anyway," he demanded. Again, he was used to getting his way. "Well," continued the clerk, "under the canvas is a mirror. The story is that this mirror will only reflect the part of you that is alive in God. I keep it covered because it's bad for business. Too many people don't see what they expect to see." "You let people look if you want to?" "Not usually, but some people insist. Mostly they are the ones who don't believe me. Once they take the canvas off and look, they tend to leave in a hurry without buying anything. As I said, it's bad for business." "May I look?" "If you must." The wealthy man thought for a moment. Then, reassured by the knowledge that his accountant kept his church pledge up to date, he peeled the canvas aside and stood full in front of the mirror. "I don't see anything," he shouted, wondering immediately if the light was bad. "There's always been something before," responded the owner, sympathetic from a certain amount of practice in such situations. "Look again." He looked up and down the mirror. Sure enough, something was there. Down in the corner near the bottom, was like a lonely radish, was his big toe. "My toe," he mumbled. "That's all there is." "That's all for now," replied the clerk. "You mean it can change?" "So some say." "Name your price for the mirror." The store owner wasn't all that unhappy to see the mirror go. The collector took the mirror home with him. Many times each day he stood in front of the mirror, but nothing ever changed. Only the big toe of his left foot was visible. He tried everything to alter this one annoying fact. He stood in front of the mirror in a $2,000 hand-tailored suit. He stood there with all his bank and stockbroker statements. Nothing. He stood there with his award from a service club for his help during their last fundraiser. He paraded in front of the mirror holding a certificate of dismissal from a well-known and highly respected psychotherapist. He went to church every week, sometimes twice, and always saved the bulletin to show the mirror. Zip. Zero. No response. Nothing but that single big toe. At last, he gave most of his money away. As he stood before the mirror, he thought he detected a small change in the image of his toe, which gave him some hope. A closer examination revealed that it was only that his toenail had grown and needed clipping. Finally, there was nothing left for him to pursue. He had no new ideas, nothing more to offer the mirror. Still, he could not stop looking at it and thinking about it. In his helplessness, he broke down in front of the mirror and cried. He wept for his weakness and his emptiness. He wept out of frustration, and he wept for reasons he couldn't even begin to explain. Then, in the next moment, he let go. He let go of his need to be in control of everything. He let go of his need to figure out how the mirror worked. his heart opened, not to how he desired to know the mystery of the mirror, but to know how the mystery of the mirror desired to be known. His eyes were so full of tears that he did not notice, dimly at first, and then with greater and greater definition, his other toes, foot, feet, legs, arms, torso, shoulders, neck, and head filling up the mirror. Wow. I wonder if I stood before the mirror, how much would I see? How alive to God am I? How alive to God are you? And have you come to that moment of surrender where you simply give yourself up in utter surrender to the one who simply wishes to be known? That is the mystery of our human life. That is the mystery of the mirror. My brothers and sisters, I pray that you will allow yourself to be known and to know your Creator, the one who loves you. Be blessed and be well, and know that you are beloved. Amen.